Welcome to this Fundamentals lesson plan series on walls, layout, design, and editing. In this video, we'll take a look at the split wall technique. This is video 2 of 6. My name is John Harridge, and I will be your host for today's lesson. Let's look at the learning objectives for video 2. In this lesson, we will explore how to apply the split tool to an existing wall segment to create a break at a singular point. And then we'll remove the partial wall segments to perform the cleanup. With that, let's get started. To begin this exercise, let's open up an existing tutorial file. Go ahead and browse to your tutorial folder. And let's open up the Walls Exercise 2 file. The purpose of the split tool is to create breaks in the wall to create two segments or multiple segments. And this allows you to iterate the design process more smoothly. But before we get started, let's get our feet wet with the split tool, and I'll do this as an instructor only demo. Let me go ahead and create another instance of the walls that we'll be working with above the current model. So just please watch on screen. So there's the exterior wall segment. There's actually two split tools. The first allows you to create a break at a point, and the second version allows you to create an air gap between the two wall segments. The split tool is found from the Modify Walls Contextual tab, Modify panel, and you'll find that split icon here. Note how the cursor changes to a knife icon when you place it back in the canvas window. Use the reading dimensions above to help guide the location of the split point. And of course, this is zoom magnification sensitive, so the further out you are, the larger the snap interval is. Once you've acquired the distance you want, left click on screen to place the split point at that location of the wall. Next, I'll hit the escape key twice to end the command. I'll select the left segment and then the right segment just to confirm that I actually created the break. But you can also see that with the heavy line that's in between. Note that you cannot really select the split when you go creating a selection window from left to right, but if you go right to left, create a crossing selection set and then drag the shape handle. Note that the intersection was not clean. Next, let's look at how to work with precision with the split tool. I will place another split line instance. You can see the temporary dimension on screen. And it's just a matter of dragging the dimension witness line handle to the reference point that you wish to work from and releasing the left mouse button. Then clicking the temporary dimension value, just go ahead and enter in a new value. In this case, I'll go ahead and enter in 4 feet. Next, let's take a look at the grip editing behavior of the segmented walls. In this case, I'll relocate the left shape handle for the right wall, and notice it allows you to create a gap cleanly. I'll try to perform a similar function in the same direction with the left wall segment, and note that when you create an overlap, you will get a warning message that says that this is not desired. Next, let's take a look at the Split with Gap tool. Note in the options bar that the default assumption is 1 inch. And where you snap on the wall is the center line justification of that gap. So to make this more visible, let me select the Thin Lines tool just to help showcase that. Just to make this clearer, let me change the gap distance to 8 inches. And then go ahead and create another instance. Note that where the knife edge is the center line for the overall gap distance. Let's take another look at the drag behavior of those shape handles. In this case, note that as I drag the left shape handle for this wall segment, that there's two alignment locks that are in play here that allow it to maintain that relationship of the gap. But if I release both of those padlocks, then this wall segment becomes independent of the other. This concludes this instructor demo. I'll go ahead and clean up the environment, and we will begin the hands-on exercise. Okay, let me go ahead and clean up the practice walls and remove them from the project, and then we'll get back to the exercise at hand here. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and place another instance of this exterior wall. So go ahead and left click to place it in a selection set, and then right click in the canvas window and go ahead and choose Create Similar. We'll start the wall at the midpoint of this wall segment, and then acquiring the 45-degree snap angle, we'll extend that plane to the wall to the right and left click to set the endpoint there. Go ahead and hit the escape key twice to end that placement command. Next, we'll activate the split tool, and we'll split the upper wall and the right hand wall at the intersections of the new wall. So go ahead and go to the Modify tab and then click on the split tool. Go ahead and choose this location and left click to place a split line there, and then move over to the right hand wall, hovering on that right hand wall, left click at that location. And just to confirm that we created the split, let's create a crossing selection set window to place both of those partial segments in a common selection set. And with that, go ahead and hit the delete key to remove them from the project. Please note that the split command can not only be used with walls, but also with sketch lines also. With that, let's go ahead and close the file. Go to your Revit menu, close without saving. This concludes this exercise. Let's go ahead and take a look at next steps. In review of the lesson objectives for this video, you were able to apply the split tool to an existing wall to create a break at a point, and then remove the partial wall segments to iterate the design workflow process. With that, let's take a look at Autodesk resources that are available to you. I would like to make you aware of two specific Autodesk resources. The first one being the Autodesk Education Community, where you can access free software for both students and educators, and that can be located at www.students.autodesk.com. It does require registration, and you can use either your own personal email address or a school-issued email address. The second resource is the Autodesk Digital STEAM Workshop. It's hands-on, project-based learning across multiple industries such as architecture, engineering, gaming, and animation. And those resources are located at www.digitalsteam.autodesk.com. This concludes this exercise. Thank you very much for watching.